Good
Good
morning.
morning. Hey.
How are
It,
you?
I'm good. It's almost Christmas.
Yes, I thought I'd be a little festive today and wear some red.
Look at you. Well, I still have my red lipstick. Does that count?
It does count. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's
Absolutely.
all. This is our last one before Christmas.
For
So I
those of
did
you who
want to.
celebrate Christmas, and I've
Yeah.
realized that there's a lot of people who celebrate Christmas but do it differently. So I'm learning about
Everybody.
different cultures, different ways of celebrating. Even the people who celebrate Christmas on the December 25th, because there's a lot of people who don't.
Right.
Even people who celebrate Christmas on December 25th do it very differently. So it's very interesting
Right.
to learn all of the different cultures and ways and celebrations and how you can have one holiday and same religion, but also celebrated in so many different ways. So yes, for everybody who's celebrating Christmas, it's coming soon.
Yeah. And just so you don't feel left out, for those of you who are not in the religious era of Christmas, neither am I. So Christmas to me is Santa and Christmas trees and cookies and all of that. I am not religious, so don't worry about it. You can still say Merry Christmas and think that Santa's coming down the chimney.
Exactly. And so we have a couple of people staying in our house that are not from Canada.
Yeah.
And I'm finding it very interesting. So the whole concept of Santa and coming down the chimney and filling a stocking and stuff like that
Yes.
actually doesn't happen in a lot of different places around the world, even though they celebrate Christmas. So even that
Yeah.
is very North American, apparently.
There, well, I'm a marketing girl, so I love Santa. Right?
Exactly.
So for me, all the holidays, kids, mom and dad and kids, all those holidays are pre-manufactured from Hallmark and the rest of the world. So, most of the holidays are about selling stuff. So it is
It's very true.
mostly very North American. And listen, you can like it or not; it doesn't matter.
Nope.
I love good marketing, and
Absolutely.
is like an amazing marketing ploy. So is the Tooth Fairy, and and everything, Cupid and everything else. So don't get mad at Santa and don't get mad at everybody else. If you're not into it, you're not into it. It's fine. We're into, I like Christmas. I have my Christmas tree up. I love it. It's fun. It's, for me, it's the getting the family together. We don't do presents anymore because COVID taught us not to do presents. But I do
Yep.
like to do stockings and just put, not lumps of coal, but some fun stuff. So, it isn't, although it's marketing, it isn't about necessarily about buying gifts. You don't have to fall into that rabbit hole, right? But I do fall into the rabbit hole of Christmas movies. I
Well,
think
hang
that,
on. Before you leave that, I
yeah.
just want to say that for anybody who is wanting to know
Oh, yeah.
if they are on the good list, the
Naughty or nice list.
or the nice list. So the whole concept of Santa is he has two lists:
Yeah.
nice list, naughty list.
Yeah.
So if you or your business is either on the nice or naughty list, Faye, you have an incredible quiz to
Well, it's
find
not,
out.
it's we just have an insider track into Santa's list. So, and
Mm.
Santa makes a special list for business people and entrepreneurs to see if you've been naughty or nice in your business this year. So, so just, don't tell too many people because it's a secret. But you can go ahead and find out if you're on that list. And there is some special training once you do that quiz as well about the world's greatest entrepreneurs. So really cool. And if you've done it in the past years, you might want to do it again because you know what? Your place on the list does change based
It
on what
does change.
it does.
Absolutely. So go to blametheelf.com to find out if you're on the nice list
Yeah.
or the naughty list.
Yeah. See, there's so much going on at Christmas time. And that's one of the important things. I mean, honestly, all kidding aside, do the quiz because it is an opportunity for you to really realize if you have been, slacking off on your business and it's time to really huddle and get going, or have you been great and you've been doing everything that you said you would last year and you're supposed to do? So it's kind of a little bit eye-opening for a lot of people, but it's also fun as heck because it's Christmas.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
yes, we are here. We have our tree decorated. We go big on Christmas, but there's a lot of people who go crazy on the outside of their house.
Oh yeah.
So there's people who do it for themselves on the inside. We've decorated a lot of our house, but I don't do a lot on the outside. But then there's people who are the opposite. So we kind of know a few of the places around our house, but there's a few families that go literally insane.
Yeah, I love it.
Like they've got like U-Haul trucks
Yeah.
full of stuff coming to their house. There's one that my son went to last night, and you actually like go into their backyard and they have so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
So
I think it's
it's
great. And I
interesting.
think, I know a lot of people are going to go, I get it. The environmentalists are going to say, oh, you're wasting too much electricity and it's bad and this and that. Whatever you decide and whatever
Yeah.
you think is fine. But I mean, you know what? If this is what they love to do, and that's great. When all my kids were little, my holiday was Halloween, and my whole
Oh yeah.
was dressed up in everything you can think of for Halloween. So, I mean, and it was fun to me. It was just our tradition. That's what we like to do. So, I would love to do the outside of my place, but it's for me is cold. So I don't do outside stuff. I have one little solar little globe and hopefully the sun gets to it. That's about it.
Well, and the fact that there's not a lot of people where you are. So if you
No,
did the
nobody would
outside of your
see it.
house, I'm not sure who would see it.
No, only like three people: the postman, the Amazon delivery guy, and probably the bell guy who has to keep fixing our lines.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
But I think it's great, like whatever your traditions are,
Yeah.
and you've been awakened to people who are obviously from another country in your home right now, and they have
Yeah.
different traditions. And you know what? And you can appreciate everybody's tradition. It's not yours, but you can appreciate it. Good for them. And some things are like my tradition is overdone stockings. That's what we do every year.
Right.
And you know what? My kids always complain about the ugly pajamas I buy and stuff, and then they love to wear them all year. so,
But that's
so
I think that's the interesting thing is seeing people complain, like
yeah,
kids and like they're like, "Ah, do we have to do this again?" And then
yeah,
when they grow up, they continue it.
yeah. Because then they're like, "Well, you are doing stockings, even though they all say we're not doing anything, we're not doing anything, but you're still doing stockings, right?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I'm still doing stockings." So I
You
mean, I
have
think
to.
it's
There's
fun.
rules.
It's fun, and it's I think what's very cool, the one thing that came out of COVID that was great is people do feel like they don't have to go crazy
Yeah.
anymore. Like presents for everyone is gone,
Yeah.
right? Like that's just not happening. I mean, a lot of people are still doing it for immediate family and that, but I mean the overblown stuff is gone. Even like what you're cooking and the meals and stuff are low key now because everyone got used to it,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah, a
everyone
lot has
got used
changed.
to not even having their family. A lot of their family, like my kid couldn't make it last year and because of, COVID and everything else. So and this year, I don't know if well, you're going away, but this year for me, I have, three kids in different spaces. And I keep saying, if the weather holds, see you at Christmas. But we're supposed to get a major storm on Christmas Eve. So it
Yes.
might be, nobody. I'll be
And we're
watching
going
more
to
Christmas movies.
cross our fingers that the
Yeah.
storm does not impact my travel.
Yes, because
Um,
you're flying out Christmas Eve,
yes.
which is a very weird day to fly out. But
That's okay. It's how it worked out this year.
and that's what I was thinking about today. I was like, I wonder if Stacy's gonna get out
Let's see
because
what happens.
you might just be sitting at the airport. Well, the problem is you're at the island airport too. You're right in the city.
Mhm.
Are you? Yes. And that's where that's a bigger problem for storms than you're at the big airport.
Yep. So there's no point. There's nothing I can do. I can't control the weather. I did just watch on Netflix the mini series called The Storm. So it's actually about an airport somewhere in Europe where people get snowed in and their flights were grounded because of weather. And it was the stories of people and how they interacted and got to know people and stuff like that while being stranded at the airport. So
Well,
hopefully that won't be me.
Well, if you are stranded and you can't even get home, you could always go to the condo in Toronto.
That's true.
Just need to leave a key out under the mat somewhere because that's only about 7 minutes away, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So we do have, this is not our last of 2022. We are going to have one next week in between. I always like to do a look back. It's fun. So that's what we're going to do next week in regards to all the stuff that's happened in 2022, because we are also looking forward to 2023. We have a workshop.
When you launch January 1.
January 1, exactly. And we also have, which I'm super excited about because this is my favorite time of year, in regards to what's happening for 2023. So that's this is my big, I don't know why, but this is my thing. Like I love doing it. It's years past. I've done a blog, I've done videos, I've done training, I've done all kinds of different things. And this year we're doing it workshop style.
Yeah.
So come learn and do.
You're invited.
You are invited. It is free because I want everyone to know what's working for 2023.
However, you need to grab your spot. However, you need to grab your spot because when the spots are gone, the spots are gone.
There is only a certain amount,
Yeah. So, we are on Zoom and we are limited by what Zoom tells us to do. So go ahead and go to that link and grab it. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys to do for your Christmas homework. Is I want you to go do the quiz to see how naughty you actually have been. And then once you realize how naughty you've been, or if you have been good, then you'll know that it's a great opportunity to go sign up for the workshop and get going. This workshop is early January. You know what happens the January 1st, that week, that's when you feel guilty about everything you neglected in December. And so you want to jump right back into it. This is your opportunity to jump into it. Even though it is the holiday season for most of us that we access, even though it's a holiday season, we're still working. Right. Okay. We're still doing a lot. And so even though you guys are busy and you might be traveling, I mean, Stacy's flying out Christmas Eve, for God's sake. So you can still work on few pieces. And here's the thing. If you're really busy and you can't do anything this week and you're swamped, what you can do is sign up for this workshop so that you can you can add it to your calendar. And you can actually say to yourself, okay, you know what? I know I'm going to be a slacker for the next 2 weeks, but I've got this in my calendar. I'm going to figure out what's going on for 2023, and I'm going to make sure I implement it. Because, Stacy, correct me if I'm wrong, but the workshop will be not only what's working and the trends, but how you can actually implement them that day.
Yes, because that's what I'm all about. It's great to attend workshops. It's great to attend training. But if you don't implement it and you don't start taking action right away, then it was a waste of everyone's time. Yep. So it's all about actionable items. So the link is whatsworking2023.com. Mm-hmm. So go to that link right below me. Yeah. I'll be like, this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're giving you guys a gift. We're giving you the quiz and the workshop. That's your Christmas gift. You need to take action and do it, because if you at least schedule something in that says you're going to work on your business the first week of January, that will set your momentum for the year. It is true. I can't even stress it enough, because a lot of people, we talk about this every year. We do our New Year workshop, which is coming up in January as well. And, here's the problem. If people don't focus on their business in January, December or January, then what happens is at the end of January, this is what they say. I should have done it, but it's too late now. So I'll just wait till next year.
It's true. How crazy is that? We're talking January. Yeah. It's not too late.
No.
However, we're also giving you a heads up so that you
Yeah.
don't face that. But no, I just think it's crazy when people say it's too late. However, we also don't want to lose a month.
No.
And losing a month, you do lose some of that momentum. And when you kick the year off, and that's why we're doing the workshop on January the 5th, literally at the beginning of the year, because when you start the year off on the right foot, like you've had a ridiculous amount of people do your new year challenge. I'm getting tongue-tied on it.
Yeah.
You're being epic. You're being epic, easier to say. Challenge. And we used to start that on January 1st. Like this year, we're doing it after the What's Working because we want people to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
So but we've done it January 1st in the past. And when you kick your year off on the right foot, your momentum for the entire year is set up.
And we wanted to just so you're going to do the free workshop of what's working. You're going to understand what to implement. Then if you're on board, you're going to come into our New Year challenge or New Year workshop challenge. That's on, I think it's around the Friday the 13th, I think.
Friday the 13th, baby.
And so what we did this year, it's expanded. So we used to do it as a challenge. We did it a few other ways, but this year it's a full integrated workshop, which means that it's a whole day. So not only are you learning all the training and the tools and everything, you are also going to be having access to us all day. So you'll be able to jump in and ask us questions. And then at the end of the day, we'll be doing a live Q&A as well with hot seats. So if you really have some questions about what to focus on and you can tell us about your business and what's going wrong, this is the workshop that you want to do. So in combination, these two are really, really strong for you to start off the year. So you're going to want to join us there.
So I'm excited. We're so this way, when you sign up for those, you can actually enjoy the holidays.
Yeah.
You can go through and chill for the, for the next week. It's all good. There's lots going to happen in the next week. And then you come back and kick some 2023 butt.
Exactly. So go and watch some of those Christmas movies.
Yes. So I'm heavy into I think the craziness that is Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Like I'm quite like no spoiler alerts because there is no spoiler alerts.
They're all the same.
They're all the same.
But they're all good. I watch them anyway. Even the bad ones are good. Yeah, the bad ones are good.
But it's just like the jokes that you see about them are so funny because they're true.
Absolutely.
Like when you watch the movies, it's like, oh, there's the street. Oh, there's the coffee shop. Oh, there's the red truck.
They always have fabulous coats and hats. Do you notice that? They always have fabulous coats and hats.
And it's always like the same weather. Like there's a little tiny bit of snow, or they're fascinated when the snow starts to fall and they're so happy. And they're wearing beautiful boots, but never snow on the ground.
And then they're usually the characters usually live in the big city and then they have to go back home. And home is this fabulous town where everything's about holidays and everything's sparkly and there's parties. It's just like it's so over the top.
The entire town on a moment's notice can come to a party. So my question is, in these movies, what does this town look like in like March?
Really depressing.
I'm still celebrating Christmas.
But I love them, and I've probably watched like 20 of them already. Plus, of course, one of our favorites, which is Elf.
Yes, I did have to, I don't know what word to use, force. I'm going to use force. My international host guests who had never heard of the movie Elf. I'm like, you guys need to sit down and watch this movie.
Yeah, it is like there's no Christmas. So for me, my non-negotiables are White Christmas, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
Elf, which is my second favorite, and Die Hard. Those are my three favorite Christmas movies. How about you?
And the big debate of all debates across any other debate in the entire world, and people are literally passionate about this question, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? And
without a doubt.
Without it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm not going to say the rest.
It is a Christmas movie, but the funniest thing is Bruce Willis
Yeah.
went on TikTok, like a year or two
Yeah.
ago, and spoke about the debate
He did.
of whether it is a Christmas movie or not a Christmas movie. And his response is, it is a Bruce Willis movie.
That's right.
I
Which
was
is
like,
the
well done.
best response he could have had. So if you guys haven't seen Die Hard, you need to watch it this Christmas,
Yeah.
and then shoot me a message on Instagram and say, yes, it's a Christmas movie. Because if I don't want to hear anyone that says no, so leave me alone if you don't like it. It's a Christmas
Yes,
movie.
those are my top two: Elf, Die Hard, and Christmas Carol, and Grinch.
Christmas Carol, like the original?
Yeah.
Okay. I like Spirited, the new one with
The
Will
Spirited
Ferrell
one is amazing.
and
Like
Ryan Reynolds. So I
I
love that.
love
I
it.
actually like, I really do like, just thinking about it now, Bill Murray's, what was it called?
I like that one, Scrooged.
Scrooge. That's a very good movie too. But
I like that
you know,
one
it's
too.
very fun now because you forget like all the ones, like, you know, it's a really good movie. I don't know if you've seen National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, awesome.
It's a fantastic movie. So so there's all these ones, you know, I've seen. I this year I've seen Elf and White Christmas, but I always save a couple. So Die Hard's usually the movie that I watch when I'm by myself. Because you know, some people just don't get the Christmas joke.
Yeah, we do the same thing. We've kind of got our list, and you know,
Yeah,
when are we watching them and what's our schedule? And again, it's those traditions, right? Like
yeah,
those traditions of what movie you're watching when. And
yeah,
again, I feel like, you know, those traditions will continue, right?
yeah.
And it's like, oh, do I have to watch this movie? Yes, you do.
Yeah, and but you just forget how good they are, and I think it does put you in a good mood when you're watching some of these things. And so, you know, as tough as maybe your life or your business has been this last year, this is kind of, for me, like these 2 weeks are like a regroup, right? It's like a kind of just enjoy yourself. The
Yeah,
world is not going to end if you don't do everything in your business.
it is
Like
true.
if you at least set it up for, I mean, we have a lot still to do because we're, you know, we're doing our big launch January 1. So if you aren't on our list, you should go to the mastermind.city and sign up for our updates, because everything goes through our, obviously our email list of everything that's coming up. So things like, for example, if we're doing free workshops, and that goes out to our list first. So
Exactly.
once that fills up, sorry, the workshop is no longer available. So I'm just going to tell the truth. I mean, that's just how it
Absolutely.
goes,
Yeah.
right?
So the
So,
mastermind.city/the-network-waitlist. So it's on the
or
screen.
or just go to the front page and you'll see an opt-in.
See it there as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
perfect. So we have a lot going on. Yes, we're in the final stages. I've literally had about 6 pages. I'm down to 3 of things I just need to update,
Yeah.
because I think when you're, and this is, you know, sort of my PSA, public service announcement for the day, when you are deep into something, whether it's your website, landing pages, documentation, ebooks, whatever it is, when you're deep into it, you don't see things the same way other people see things. You miss, like, your eyes and your brain just, they don't register it anymore.
No.
Like the obvious stuff, yes. But you've looked at it so much that your brain just doesn't see it anymore. So you need a fresh set of eyes. You need
Yeah.
someone to read emails, same thing. Like you
Yeah.
need someone to read those emails. You need someone to look at a page before it launches. Like I literally went through everything and I kind of sent it over to Faye and said, okay, go. Like I'm done. Look at it. Let me know. And she sent me a bunch of screenshots of things that I had seen so many times that my brain just didn't register it anymore. So always have, and then we sent it over to our community director, Linda, same thing. So she's seeing other things, because again, always send it to other people, because you just won't see them.
And you don't want to. So the thing is, it's not because, oh my God, you're afraid you make a spelling mistake. I'm one of those people who don't care about spelling mistakes. Like if I see a spelling mistake, I don't freak out like some of you people that like write long blogs to me about if you found a spelling mistake somewhere. I don't care. But anyway, we try as best as we can to make sure everything's good. But we're more concerned with the functionality of something. So For example, it's the truth. I actually write our emails. That's true. Nobody else is doing it. But then we have somebody who goes and pretties them all up, right?
Yeah.
Because that's not my thing. But Stacy goes in, I'll write, and then Stacy goes in and checks all the links and checks everything to make sure it functions. And I don't even it doesn't even occur to me to send anything out. I will immediately get on a message and said, Stacy, can you log in and check and make sure everything works? When we know everything works, then we give it to our graphic designer, and she fixes it up and makes it look less ugly than when I do it.
Sure. Let's go with less ugly. Yes, because because we look at it. So
Yeah,
again,
it's good.
it's fascinating how different people see things in different ways. So we both look at it and we both agree it looks good.
Yes.
No problem. We're good. We let her know. We're like, we're good. We actually think you can just go in and press send. Like, we're proud. We're good.
Yeah.
And then she goes in and she's like, aw.
Yeah. So last week I had to do a graphic for a workshop, right? Because we wanted to tell everybody that it was actually out. You can go ahead and sign up. So and it wasn't her days with us. She was working with other clients. And so I did something that I thought was good. And I said to her, and I said, oh, like, I'm just going to use this. And she's working with other clients. She goes, can I just log in for 2 minutes? And I was like, okay. And literally 2 minutes later, like, it was like she sent a graphic with like angels singing because it was so beautiful
day.
So, so it is good. Like, for those of you, listen, there's nothing wrong if you are doing your own stuff and you can't afford to use somebody else, whatever, go ahead, because doing anything is better than doing nothing.
Yep.
If you can afford and you just know, like, I feel like I'm pretty good at that stuff. Yeah. And then when she does it, it just totally puts me to shame. So yeah, if you can,
here's the levels, right? Like, I just don't have that talent. I know where my strengths are. That is not one of them.
Right.
And if I try to do it, it's literally laughable. Like, I will put a holder image on something and literally the two of them will send me notes going, who did that? But to me, it's a holder image. And if it's ugly, that's perfect because I know that that's what that is. But in my brain, it's what I need to do. And then you're so much better than me, and then she's so much better than me.
I can't. Yeah. So we were going through our new app that you guys are going to see soon, and I can't even handle a holder image. Like, I need to at least have a like some semblance of what it looks like, because I can't look at the screen. My brain won't register it because I can't keep reading because it just keeps going to the ugly part. so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, one of these days
you have to work with somebody.
Well, that's, again, teams, like we're expanding our teams. So again, different people have different strengths. But one of these days, I think I'm going to put a holder image that says, I know I'm ugly, Faye, I'm doing this on purpose.
That would be better. But it's even worse than like Stacy at least puts, something, a semblance of it. But it's when someone else who's not in our business put something up because they're a developer or they're trying to help us and it's really awful. That's the ones that bother me because I'm like, that isn't even close to what we are.
Yeah, exactly. So very different. Yeah. And that's the good thing. You know what? It's a very good thing. I mean, part of going forward into the new year and ending a year is looking back and seeing what you've done. And I always love looking back to like 8-9 years ago in my business when it first started. Again, we're all about, having it done is better than perfect. It doesn't, you know what, putting it out there, the content, all of that kind of stuff. But when I look back, like, it's actually cringe. It makes me cringe, like, to look at it. Like, I just kind of go, oh my God, I can't believe I put that out. Yeah. So I always go with philosophy. And this is something I read probably about 5 years ago, which I literally like spoke to my heart was, I don't know how, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, but if you don't look back at some of the stuff that you put out and feel like it's awful, you didn't do it right.
Right.
I was like, yes.
Me too. And part of it, like, so it's really important if for those of you who are going to go to our New Year workshop that we actually put together a one-page business plan for you for the year. It's really, really strong. It's very important for your business, but part of it is doing a rewind. So we
Yeah.
go back and look at all your stuff, which is really important to see where you've been, where you're coming. The other piece of the planning workshop is the fact that we work on we do the math, we do business math, and we work on what you need to be doing. And part of that might be it is worth investing in someone, in a team, so investing in somebody for a couple hours a week to help you do something so that you can spend your time doing something else, and it makes sense. It actually makes you more money
Yeah.
so than if you didn't invest at all. So that's a really important learning for those of you who have never done any proper planning. So we, as said, again, we do your rewind, we do where you've been, we do your present, where you want to be, and then you walk away with a business plan for the year. And and part of the business plan is what you've learned in the What's Working Now in 2023 workshop. So that's all integrated. So it's very cool. Our clients are very excited about doing this every single year. So we do it every year because it works.
Yeah.
That's why you see it every year. And we hope that you're going to join us this year for the live version.
Yeah. So take a look. Again, it's themastermind.city/new year, new plan workshop.
Yeah.
And then you'll just, because we literally lay out on that page everything that we're going to be doing for that entire day.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we are going to go celebrate the holidays, and we will see you here for our last one of 2022 next week.
So Merry Christmas.